I'm someone who can easily overcomplicate things, so my research process is very simple. Step 1, I have a conversation. That's how I initially got introduced to the region anyways. And in the normal course of discussion, they'll bring up a story and I just ask more questions, and yeah, that's how that happens. An example of this is the story of Merab Ndiashuli. I learned that from a relative of his, just having a conversation. Clearly, I had no idea about that. I didn't know about the region. That just came from connection. So yeah, and now that I'm making content and you all leave comments and you message me, thank you. You're introducing me to more information, and yeah, it comes from conversation and connection. Then I move on to step 2, which I call the first flush. And this is when I just go on a rampage for sources, basically. YouTube, Google, I ask people questions, I go to books. And my whole thing with this is I'm not really concerned at this moment if the information I'm consuming is accurate or not, because I don't know if it is. My whole goal at this point is to just familiarize myself with the story. Then I move on to step 3, the second flush plus fill the gaps. This is when I go through the same sources again and just organize the details into a simple chart of who, what, where, when, why, and how. It's very simple, right? And naturally, when I fill out this chart, gaps become evident. And with those gaps, I have more questions. And so with those questions, I go and do more research. For example, if I don't know who a person is, but I see their name come up, I'll research them. And then I'll log in under who, I'll put the details about this person. If it's a what, like what happened? And I'm like, well, why was this happening? Let me go get the context, the historical context of what was going on at this time. And a little thing about this is that because I'm breaking my work down into series, at the beginning of the series, that's where the heaviest workload intellectually is, because I don't know anything about the time period. So a lot of my time is spent understanding the time period. And as I continue in the series, I'm just building on the context that, and the knowledge that I previously gained. So it becomes easier to understand why certain things were happening and who certain people are, because the time period is so close together, the same characters keep reappearing. Step 4 is the third flush plus finalize. And this is where I cross-reference the information to find inconsistencies and consistencies. I double check, triple check, quadruple check the names of people, their positions, dates, etc. And this isn't always accurate. I can't always determine what is true and what's not true because number 1, I wasn't there. Number 2, I don't have access to high-level sources. Number 3, this could be a time period where records weren't regularly kept or maintained, and maybe it's oral history. But I make sure that I put a disclaimer into my videos and essays that this is information that's available. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true or untrue, and I may not be able to confirm the accuracy of all of these things, but this is the best I can do. These are what different accounts are telling. And then I also attempt to make sure that all of the events connect. And that's a part of filling the gaps, but I make sure that it's very clear why certain things were happening in the time frame, like just the chronological order of things. Make sure that the events actually connect to one another and aren't just like separate events. So that's that. One method, tips and tricks, if you're interested in this, is because this is from a region with different languages and cultures that I don't know and I don't come from, a lot of information is not readily available in English to me. So what I do, I type into Google Translate what I'm looking for in English. I get so for example, because I'm studying in Georgia right now, I either type in English and translate whatever I'm looking for in English it into Georgian and Russian. And then I take the script, what it comes back with, take that script and plug it into Google or YouTube. And I get a plethora of results back because now I'm actually looking for the information in the language and in the context where this information will be found. So I end up getting a lot of sources back in Georgian and in Russian. And I just go and copy and paste and translate. But then I take that to someone who actually speaks the language, who speaks Georgian or Russian, and they tell me what the sources are saying or if the translations are correct and whatnot. So that's pretty much that. If you're interested in the Caucasus region and just the human side of things, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment on this video, watch my other videos. And if you're interested in doing this work and you want to know like what my journey is with this, because I'm on a journey to make this happen, because this is very niche and I don't see anybody else like me doing this particular work. So I'm having to forge my own path. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe to and just connect with me. You can find my website. Everything's in the description. Are you ready for the next video? All right, peace.